Hi guys, so today we are going to continue working on our Twitter clone project, and my goal for today is to get the main feed working. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically just create one, and then I can basically create infinite ones with EJS, for now at least. So that's the goal for today. Let's jump right into it. So over here in the EJS file, we have a section called feed that we've already created, and inside this feed section here, this is where we're going to put all of our uh, different feed items, like the different posts and stuff. So first thing we need to do is we need to create the outer portion of each item, and once we create one, we can just infinitely create more, like I said before. So first thing we want to do is we want to div, and this is going to have a class of feed item outer. All right, and this is going to be the outer portion, mainly just setting the minimum height requirements, and setting like the borders and stuff around each feed item. So inside of that, though, we're going to have two different sections. We're going to have uh, the image section that has. Here, I'll just show you. Let's just jump right over here. Okay, so um, if we look at this, we have we have this feed outer section, which is the entire feed item outer section, which is this entire feed item here, and then we have two different sections. We have the image here, and then over here we have everything else contained within this section. Um, we will set the image as its own, and it'll be a link, of course, and you'll be able to hover over it, look at this like that. um, and then inside of this section here, we'll have multiple other sections, such as the name, how long ago it was posted, um, and then the actual tweet itself, and then this section down here. So let's jump back over here to the code, and I've created a simple outline here. Basically, we have the feed item outer, which is going to be the outer bit of the feed item, and then this here is going to be the wrapper for that the profile image, and then we'll have a link tag and surrounding an image tag where you can link, so we can link to the poster of that tweet. And now we will create that other section. Create another div here, and this will be the outer portion, or the outer portion of the this will be the outer portion of the tweet itself. So we're gonna have this will be a class, and I think this is I'm just gonna have this. Yeah, this will be the feed item, and feed item, and this will be tweet. No, what? How do I want to name this? Because I'm trying to create that outer portion of the feed item. Uh, so we will name this um, feed item. Feed item. I don't know. inner body. There we go. We could probably fix that name later. So inside of that, we are going to have three separate portions. We're going to have three separate divs. All right. And one of them is going to be the name of the author, the handle, and the length of time since it was posted. And there are there's the more button, which allows you to unfollow or mute or whatever this tweet. So we'll have that inside of there. This will be the feed item header. All right. And then this is going to be the tweet itself, the actual text. So feed item, it will be text, and this will be the text wrapper. And then we're going to have the third item, which is the comments, the retweets, likes, analytics, and the share buttons. Basically all those buttons down there at the bottom. And this will be feed item action buttons. Okay. So that is the basic outline for the tweet item. Now, if we look at the feed item outer, this is going to be the whole tweet itself. So if we save that, and let's go over here, let's go down to here, and we're going to create we're just going to set some default values on this. We're going to set the minimum height, and I've already measured it out. It's roughly almost exactly 100 pixels. So the minimum height for a single line tweet is at most, or at minimum, 100 pixels high. So we'll have that, and then we're going to have borders for each tweet. Border is going to be border top. We'll have border top, and we'll have border bottom, and we will have a solid 1 pixel wide, and let's see, let's do this here. We'll bring that a little wider, and we'll bring that transparency up just a bit. Alright, and it looks like that is showing up there, and border bottom is going to be the exact same thing. So now we've got that, and let's remove any padding. There shouldn't be any padding, but we'll remove any padding. Margin. Let's see what. Okay, so what is actually going on there? Okay, so it looks like that was. Looks like it's overlapping a little bit there. Let's see what's actually going on there. Let's see, because I created this button here, and let's see. let's do this. Let's go to what is it? So see, that shouldn't be overlapping like that. So let's add, it looks like it's only overlapping for that portion where I think, I can't remember how wide that active class is. Underline offset of 17 pixels, and it's 4 pixels in height. So let's offset the bottom of this, the whole thing, the not that, but this here. Let's offset the bottom of that with a little bit of margin. The header buttons by 4 pixels. So if we go to header buttons, and we'll set a margin bottom of 4 pixels. And it doesn't look like it worked. Let's see here. Okay, so I just set it on the header outer rather than the buttons class. So it is now offsetting that by 4 pixels, and it looks like it's right. It looks like it's right there at the at the bottom of those buttons. So it's no longer overlapping with that. All right. Now we need. Now we're gonna need to create the. We're gonna have to create the outer portion of that. The image. So let's see here. The anchor tag, I just set a I just set that as the href, so that way we still get the href attribute, but it doesn't actually take us anywhere. So let's see. Feed profile image wrapper. Okay. So let's see here. So I did some measurements, and it looks like the image, no matter the size of the screen, the image is always going to stay roughly about 75 pixels in width. So we will set on the profile image wrapper a width of 75 pixels. Alright, and that's something that's not going to change. And we'll set the height to auto right now. And let's see. And then so we'll set that. We'll set the height to auto for now, and we'll save that. And then let's see, the image, I'm going to set the. I'm going to set a default image, just the same image I have up here for now. I think the image is by default 48 by 48. So let's, I'm going to do that real quick. Alright, so I set the image here, and let's grab the class for that, and we are going to set that class here to a height of 48 pixels with a width of 48 pixels. Alright, that was that. Yep, looks like it's 48 by 48. Okay. So, let's see. Let's add a little bit of padding. Let me see how much padding we're going to need real quick. So it looks like padding is going to be on the left or on the top is going to be 10 pixels. On the right is going to be 8 pixels. It might be a little bit smaller than that, but we'll do 6 pixels. Oops. Pixels. And on the bottom, we're going to set to 0 for now. And on the left is going to be 16 pixels. So if we refresh that, that looks pretty good. And then we're going also on the image, we're going to set the border radius. It's a very small border radius. So let's start with a 7 pixel border radius. Let's see, can I set, I can't remember, I don't think I can set border radius on a image, because it's an inline block, or it's an inline element. So let's see. Yeah, I can't set that on an on an image. So let's see. Let's change this to 50. Yeah, let's do this 50 by 50 and make it slightly larger. And then we will create a small, I wonder if anchor tags, let me see here real quick. So it looks like anchor tags are inline elements as well. So here, what I've done here basically is I've created another div around this image, which is 48 by 48. And then given these properties to the outer box, and then I've given these properties here to the image. That gives a slight rounded corner on the image itself. So let's go back here, and each feed item, let's see. So feed item outer, we're going to have to set a display of flex, and then actually no, we don't need to set a display of flex. Let's just add, actually, let me see here. Let's do this instead. Let's get rid of this. Alright, that brings that image back to the corner there. And what we can do here, is I'm gonna add this here to this. Okay. And then because we've got that image there, I need to scale down the minimum height just a little bit by the I'm gonna remove the top and bottom margins out of that. So if I've got the top of 12 and the bottom of currently at 0, so it's going to be 88 pixels of minimum height, and that should again give us a height of right around 100 pixels. So and that looks pretty good as for the comparison. So, and I think I'm gonna bring down this border radius to like 2 pixels, maybe even 1 pixel. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so the border radius is actually being applied to this here. So I don't actually need this here. Let's put it at 3 pixels. Maybe 5. Let's try 5. No, too much. 4. See how 4 looks. Okay, 4 looks good. It's just got that slight rounded edge to it. Okay, so we're going to now let's add some text here. So the feed item header is going to be the header that has the name, the verified check mark if you're verified, the handle, and how long ago it was posted. So let's do an H4 for the name, and oops, that's not what I want. That's not what I want either. Please, there we go. Okay. And we'll create an H5 for the handle, along with, and again, I'm not doing it. There we go. And this will be the time that it was posted. And we're actually going to wrap those all in a div. Whoops. How did I manage that? Div. We're going to wrap those in a div. And we're going to have another div here. And this is just going to be the right now I'll just set it to an image tag. I think I'm actually gonna set it to a button. And then we'll set that there like that. So for this, I will put some basic information in. And then okay, and if we refresh, I've got the button, and it looks like that information has sent it below. Okay, so this, let's see. Let's take a look at our code here. Okay, so this is why we need to set the display of flex on that. So if we do a display of flex, if we refresh, now we see that has shifted over beside there, and it looks like the spacing on that is pretty good. Once we get everything finished, we could play with the spacing a little bit. All right, so let's see, and then we are going to feed item header. Okay, so the feed item header is going to be this portion of the header, and then the text is going to be the tweet itself. So let's do this first. So the feed item header, we will set a display of flex. So the feed item header, we are going to set, let's do this, display of flex. If we refresh that, now it looks like everything, those two separate items are separated now, and now feed item header wrapper, right? So we will set on that a display of flex as well, and that should push everything just like that. Perfect. Alright, now I'm going to set the class here of text color, and that's coming from that other style sheet that's by default being passed to every file, and we're going to create a class here called text muted. Alright, that looks decent. And we're going to add that same class to this here. And I'm actually going to change this back, or no. Yeah, I'm just going to make these H4s here. Alright, so the feed item header, the feed item header wrapper, that should be the, yeah. So we're going to set we're going to set align items baseline. Alright, and then I don't understand why it looks like it's so like I don't know. Let's add on here the name feed item name. Alright, and on that we are going to add some padding to the right, and we're going to do, I don't know, 4 pixels. Let's do 8. Alright, and I think that font size needs to be a little bit bigger for that too. Let's see. Let's just create a class called feed text. And let's actually get the value from this text color. Primary text is going to be this color here. Alright. And we'll create a class called feed text, and we'll set the color to this. Alright, and then we will set let's see, want to set maybe this font isn't the best for this, because it looks, I don't know what it is, I don't know if it's just me or what, but it just doesn't look right. I don't know. So the feed text will have that color as the text color, and then we're going to set font size to 1.2 EM. There we go. Let's do a 1.1 EM. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. And then we need the separator for the right here to put it right behind here. So let's see. Let's just create another H4. We'll do that. And then feed item header separator. Alright. Alright, and then we will do this. Text align center. And we will add the we'll add padding, 2 pixels, 0, 4 pixels. There we go. And now we will, we need to center that. His text align only vertically centers it, I think. Or it only horizontally centers it. We need a vertical center. That's not gonna work. I can't remember what vertical align does. Let's see. Alright, so I just went ahead and created my own dot. Basically, it's just a div with the, I'm just going to call it separator here. And basically, it's just a div with the class of separator. And it's got this right here, so it's got, I set it to a height and a width of 3 pixels. I set it to this background colors. This is the same color as the text muted class. I gave it a border radius of 50%, and then I put margin on the right and the left, so that it basically looks the same. It's just not a period like, you know, like I was trying to do before. So now we're going to move on to, now that that's done, we're going to move on to, we're going to set this button here. I'm going to move this button. Feed, oh, okay. Feed item inner body, yeah. Okay. We're going to go ahead and separate this button here. So I think, yeah, so the feed item header class, display of flex, align items, justify items, or justify content, space between. Oops. Alright, if we refresh that, and we're going to set a width of 100%, which should set the width of, or let's see. So inner body. So the inner body, okay, I guess I don't have a so we're going to set the so this here, we're basically going to calculate the space for this. We're basically going to calculate the space of the where the image is, and we're going to subtract that from the full width of the everything else. So yeah, so we'll set, well, no, we know the minimum width is going to be 75 pixels, so we can set the width of the feed item inner body, and we can take that And we can calculate width is going to be a calc of 100% minus 75 pixels. So there. We're just calculating the 100% width. The 100% width minus the 75 pixels taken up for the image container. And that should grow and go down, which I don't know what we actually do once we get to that point, but we'll figure it out. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to go over to that button. And now this button basically gives you a list of options for that tweet. Yeah, so we're going to call it feed item options button wrapper, and then we will do this right here. Okay. Now I'm gonna work on the button itself first. We're gonna set the background to background is going to be transparent. We're going to have no border, none, and I think they set outline on buttons as well, none. So if we refresh that, it is completely invisible right now. And then let's see, the color is going to be do I have, let's see, let me just pull up the other style sheet here. Yes, a faded white. Okay, so we do have a class called faded white. There we go. And we're going to set the font size to 16 pixels, I guess. Maybe a little bit bigger. Maybe, probably. 20 pixels, maybe. There we go. That's starting to look a little bit better. And then, let's see. That looks a little, let's see here. Yeah, that looks like it's like, okay, so let's see if we can center this now. Okay, it doesn't look like it did anything. No. Stupid dots. Let's see. If we do a of fit content. That's still not going to do anything. Isn't there like a min content or something? Oops. Yeah, so it's just not. Maybe I'll just add that. Maybe I'll just add that separator class 3 times there in a row. I don't know. Right. Okay, what? Can I even put a div inside of a button? I don't even know, to be completely honest with you. It might have to be a span. It's very possible it might have to be a span. What in the world? Go away, button. Okay. Well, that worked out real well, let me tell you. So setting the background to transparent. Maybe that's why. No? Still nothing? Alright, so I've gone ahead and basically what I did was I created an image, an icon, and I've got a button surrounding this image icon, and then the button class, I've set the background, the outline, the border, and I added some 10 pixels of margin on the right to push it off the right side a bit, and then I just set the height and the width for the image here. So we've got that covered. Now we need to add a hover effect to the button, and let's see. Let's grab that, and we will add the hover here. And we'll add on the hover, we'll add a background color. Let's just do that for now. If we refresh, okay. So let's, on the button here, let's set a height of 20 pixels and a width of 30 pixels. There we go. Okay. Now, border radius 50%. All right. Okay, and it's definitely not right. Let's add about 3 pixels of padding all the way around. That's not what I want either. add the padding here. Or we'll add the padding here, actually. That's still not what I want. Okay, that's definitely not what I want either. Okay, so I fixed my mistake here. Basically what I've done is on this class, which I was not using, which is the wrapper for the button, I'm adding the display flex and aligning it all to the center. I'm setting the height and the width to a static 35 pixels. I am then just on the button removing all of the default styles, and then on the image itself, it hasn't changed. And then instead of on hover of the button, I'm actually on hover of the button wrapper, setting the background color to that blue and changing the border radius to 50%. So now if we look at it, it looks a lot nicer and a lot cleaner. Definitely going to have to change the color, of course, to a much more transparent color. So if we do that, let's actually just take this color that we've got here, which is the Twitter blue color, and let's just add some transparency to it. And if we refresh, okay, so that looks not bad. Let's see. Probably a little bit more transparency, actually. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, yeah, because it's got a slight outline, and then the actual fill of the image changes to that Twitter blue color. So let's see how we can do that. Alright, so now we can, couple things we probably need to clean up a little bit. I don't know what I was looking at when I was looking at this, but that definitely needs to be a complete circle. I don't know what I was looking at when I did that, but yeah, we're gonna do that. Where is... I probably passed it up like 10 different times already. $75 pixels. Where in the world is it? Gosh dang it. What's it called? Image border wrapper. Oh, it's right in front of me, literally. 50%. Right. Perfect. Okay. I added the cursor pointer to this here. And now when we hover over this, the feed item outer, let's see here, feed item outer, we need to create a hover effect. So on hover, it changes the background to, let's see, it's a very light very light color. So it's probably like, it's probably a very, let's do this. It's much easier. Let's, nope. Let's go up here to that, and we'll bring that down to like a, bring that down to like a 1. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I say it looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit lighter actually. Maybe it needs to be a little bit darker. Let's try that. Let's bring it back down a little bit more. See how it looks. Yeah, that's a little too light now. So let's just play them with the colors now. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like it. And then we need to cursor pointer. And I should have no problem with that. That still works perfectly fine. Okay, so now I'm going to add my tweet. And again, my caps lock is on. So we're going to have a class of feed item text body. Alright, and we're going to say, I don't know. Is it, I wonder if it's probably in a paragraph of some sort. This is my tweet. We refresh, we don't see anything until we hover there. Alright, we're going to, let's see, it looks like it's about the same as the regular text. So what color did I give the text here? Inspect that. Feed text. I wonder if I could just give it feed text class. I think I might have added something else to that. There we go. I have to say that doesn't look too bad, to be completely honest. Let's see. So it's not too terrible, I have to say. Now, I wonder why this div here, I wonder why the height is a little bit bigger. Okay, just playing with the font size there. I think, yeah, it doesn't look bad. I would like to actually, maybe we could do this. Let's actually, hang on. Maybe we could do this. This feed item header. Okay, so feed item header. Let's go over here. Feed item header. And a feed item header wrapper. Okay, the header is wrapping the wrapper. Oh well. I wonder if we didn't center that rather than, yeah, so let's do, baseline. Baseline is going to give us, let's do flex end. Now see, flex end doesn't look good. No, I don't like that. See, I kind of think it needs to, no, maybe it's just my name, honestly. Maybe it's just because of that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. And then what else did I need to play with? Let's see. Okay, we'll go ahead and we will add the buttons at the bottom now, the feed item action buttons. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different action buttons. So we have 5 different action buttons. 5. Alright, and this first one, is going to be the comments. Comments action. Button wrapper. Okay, because the inside of that we're actually going to have the little comments bubble, and then we're going to also have the number right next to it. So yeah, and then this one is going to be what is that, retweets? Yeah. Action button wrapper. Okay, and then this one is going to be the likes action button wrapper. Alright, and then they've also got I don't know how to spell analytics. I'm dumb when it comes to spelling, so hang on, let me Google that real quick. And I misspelled it. There we go. I'm gonna have to copy and paste that one. Don't laugh at me. I can't code and I can't spell, apparently. And let's see. The last one is the share button. Share action button wrapper. Okay, so the feed item action buttons. So if we refresh this, if we take a look down here, feed item action buttons. Okay, so if I give that, let me see here. I'm going to give that a minimum height of about 30 pixels. Okay, so feed item action buttons. And we can change this a little bit later as needed. So min height 30 pixels, just so I can see it for now. And if I inspect, yep, there we go. That actually looks pretty good, in all honesty. I don't like, let's see, we've got that. Okay, yeah, that looks like it's just, okay. I'll have to make sure that is aligned, that because the share button is perfectly aligned with the 3 dots. So I'm not worried about the front. I'm more worried about the back end here. So we'll have to make sure the share button is perfectly aligned with the 3 little dots. All right, I need to now get those little images. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've added the images and I've added a little bit of text there. The way that I've done this, and I think the way that I'm going, it's the way that I'm going to continue to do it. And I think I'm going to do it for this as well. I have actually added, instead of creating an SVG file that I include using the image tag, I've actually just created an SVG tag and added the path attribute here. That way I can select the SVG image and I can manipulate it in the CSS. So that's the way I've done that. I've also added a little bit of CSS over here. I have I've created an actions buttons default, which just sets the height and the width, and then I've added the default fill, which is the default color of each of the images. I've also added the action buttons wrapper, which just sets the display to flex, changes the color, and I've changed the font size down a little bit because on the site it looks like the buttons are a little bit smaller than the other text. So I've gone ahead and done that. And then on the action buttons text, like the number itself, I've just added a little bit of padding, which I think I'm actually going to remove that, and I'm actually going to add padding, a little bit of padding around the image itself. So yeah, let's comment that out here, and if I just let's see, I don't want the action buttons wrapper, but I want to add the let's see here. So let's see. Do I have a class? Oops. If I can. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm just going to do this. Action button image, and I will create the I'll add that class. So get rid of that, and as you can tell, I kind of just copy and pasted these a little bit. So if I remove those, okay, so it looks like that changed colors. Why did that do that? Okay, so I fixed it. It was just this here was a G tag rather than a path tag. So now everything over here works. And so I am going to remove that, and I am going to go over here and action button defaults. Let's see. So action button image is wrapping that. Is that? Let's see. Okay, so the image. Okay, so we will grab action image, and we are going to set padding to so the top actually we're gonna do, let's just do 5 pixels all the way around, and that has completely screwed everything up. So let's see. Okay, so on the, what was it again? Action button wrapper. That should fix it. Maybe. Maybe not. Or I need to line item center. There we go. Okay. The justify content center shouldn't make a difference now. Okay. So now I have padding around all of these images. Now I should be able to, on the hover of the on the hover of the action buttons wrapper. Okay, so whenever we hover over this, so it could be the text or the little image, we want to actually grab the action button image and change the background color. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to add the selector, and let me grab the name again real quick. So it'd be action button wrapper here, and whenever it's hovered, we want to select the action button image. Alright, we just want to select the action button image, and we want to change the background color to blue. We'll just do blue for now. So now, yeah, perfect. And we'll do border radius of 50%. There we go, perfect. So now whenever we hover over that, each one of these, even whenever I'm hovering over the number, it will still light up blue. It'll still highlight blue. So we want to change the background color, and right now I'm just going to start with the Twitter blue color, and that's definitely not right, but it's basically a very faded version of that. So let's grab the color here. We're gonna grab the color, and the Twitter blue color. The Twitter blue color, here we go. Okay, and we're just going to add some, we're basically just going to add some transparency to it. So let's do a 3-3, which in all honesty, it's probably going to be similar to this one here. So why don't I just make a variable for that? So that way we can change that. So let's grab a and we're going to call that variable faded Twitter blue, and that is going to be this color here, and that way we can change that, and it'll change everywhere as needed. So now we can run down here to here, and we will do a var faded Twitter blue. Now if we refresh that, that should still work. And I think that doesn't seem like, I don't know, it's like a brighter, it's got to be like a brighter blue color. So we will be able to change that later. But for now, faded Twitter blue. Okay, so now anytime I hover over this, we get that faded Twitter blue color. Now I'm going to take a look at, because I think, let's look at a brighter color. Rather than a brighter color, let's bring the transparency up a bit. Try that. That looks a little bit better, for sure. Definitely doesn't look perfect. Let's see here. So if I save that now, yeah, that looks decent. Let's bring the transparency down a bit again. If we refresh, that looks pretty good, I have to say. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Okay, so it looks like what the color is the background is the Twitter blue color, but what makes it really stand out is when you change the color of the internal item. So let's actually do that. I can't remember. I gotta select the SVG itself. So this this is the comments image. All right, and we're gonna have to do this for different ones. So when we do action button wrapper hover, we want to select this, the comments image. All right, and we want to set the fill, if my F key will work, fill to the variable Twitter blue. Okay, so now, yeah, now that looks a lot better. And we want to do the same for the action button text. So if I do this and I want to select the text, comments text. Alright, I save that. We select that, and we change the color to that variable Twitter blue. Now, there we go. Now every time we hover over this, anywhere here, it will highlight that circle blue. It'll change the color of the image inside, and it will make the background color. Now I'm gonna have to figure out what the color is for these other images, because they're all well, the retweet and the like button are both different. It looks like the analytics and the share are both the same though. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the colors for those real quick, figure out what those colors are, tweak them and play with them a little bit, and I will be right back. Okay, so I think I got the colors that are pretty close. They're probably not exact, but they're close enough. So I just saved those in variables, and now we're going to implement those in here. So let's see. I want so action button wrapper. And then this is, let's see. So that's comments. This is okay. Alright, so we're basically just going to copy this down here. And we need that. Alright, save that. Paste that there. And this is going to be the green one. So the fill is going to be green, and the color is going to be green, and then action button image, action button wait. Okay, so we're actually going to have to change that to comments image, is it? So action button image. And we're going to have to add classes to this as well. Comments button. And if we do that, we save that. Okay, so if we refresh now, that still works. And that works. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. I think that's comments button. This. Okay. So we need to grab that, and this is going to be the comments text. Okay. Save that. Put that there. We save that. We refresh. All right. And it looks like that should So if we force hover on that, I cannot tell if that actually worked or not. I can't tell if that's the blue or if that's the green. It kind of looks like the blue, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah. Retweet. Okay, that's because faded green. Now if we refresh, there we go. Now it's popping up green. Okay. And we kind of just need to do the same for the other two. So if we go to here, the action button, it's going to be the likes button. Alright. And paste that in there. Faded red. Okay. And then likes image. Likes text. So if we save that, So if we save that, we refresh now. We're getting that green because I didn't change that to red and that to red. So now if we refresh, now we're getting that red color. And in my opinion, that is as close as I could possibly get to whatever color it is that they're actually using. So the last thing we need to do is add the same need to copy this one more time. And this is going to be faded Twitter blue, or this is just going to be Twitter blue. Oops. Twitter blue. And this is going to be faded Twitter blue. Okay. And this is going to be views button, views image, and views text. Okay, if we save that, if we refresh now, and we got that blue color there. And the share button is the last one that we're going to have to do. It's going to be share image, share button. All right. And we're going to copy this down one more time here. Share. I don't think we have a share text because we don't need it. That means we don't need a color attribute. If we refresh, we get that blue color on the share button, just like Twitter does. So we've got all that. Get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. All right. I know this is a lot of duplicated code, but I might clean it up later on. All right, and then I'm gonna have to change this to a path in the file. So I'll do that. I'll be right back. All right, so I've gone ahead and added that as a SVG with a path. Looks pretty good. Now the only thing we have to do is on the button hover. So when we hover on this, we also want to change, we want to grab this, and we want to target the SVG itself. So options image, and put that there. And we want to change the fill to we want to change the fill to that. So now if we refresh, we get that fill of that image of that blue color, and now it looks pretty similar to the actual Twitter page. So now that we've gotten this implemented, we can actually let's see here. So we get the feed item outer. And right, that's what I want, right? No, that's the header. Looking at the header. Feed here. So we can actually alright, and then we can loop 50 times or so, roughly 50 times. And this is the whole thing, right? Yep. So it needs to be inside of that section tag. Alright. Now, there we go. We have multiple items. Now, this here, we want to change that background color to not transparent. So if we inspect here, if we look at the mobile nav, and let's see. So let's find navbar mobile. All right, and we set a background color, and we could just set it to black, I think. There we go. And since it is fixed, we can also set a Z index, and I'll just set it to 10 for now. That way it'll always appear on top. Alright. Yeah, I think that's about it. Why does this look a little pushed over to the right a bit here? Feed item outer. Why does that look a little... I wonder if it has something to do with that Z index that I just put. No. I think it has to do with that scroll bar. So why did it do that when after I was already done with the styles is my question. Feed item outer. So if I do feed item outer, and let's set a width of 100%. Okay. 100%. let's calculate 100%. Actually, no, I can't do that. I wonder why it's doing that. I don't know. I will play around with it, and I will figure out why exactly it's doing that, and I will get it fixed. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you for watching. I know it's probably been a bit of a long video, but ran into a few issues that was not too fun to deal with. But we got it finished, and yeah, we're ready to move on to the next step. I think next video I'm going to work on cleaning up some styles, you know, things here and there, uh, making the buttons here stay fixed to the top when you scroll, um, stuff like that. So until next time, thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. I am going to continue uploading as much as possible. So until next time,